How the Barbarians Won. I was reading Ibn Khaldun, the introduction, and came by this passage which was very interesting. In it, he explained how people who seemed inferior, like the Arabs, were capable of defeating the Persian Empire and the Roman one, or how the Mongols were capable of defeating the Chinese and the Arabs, or how the Germans were able to sack Rome. So what you want to understand is, first things first, the majority of their population were nomads and herders. This meant two things. They were physically stronger because they could endure harsh conditions, and they were mentally stronger because of their lifestyle. The third thing is the division of labor. If you think about a nomadic society, as a male, what can you do? You can be a herder, or you can be a warrior, which meant the majority of men were typically warriors. That's why when the Mongols invaded, they had endless hordes of men that were warriors. On the other hand, in a city, a civilized city, the division of labor is so extreme that 1% or less of the men are warriors. You get so many different jobs like farming and building and making clothes and so on, and so on, that just statistically speaking, within the barbarian people, there is a huge population of warriors. On the other hand, within the civilized people, that population is extremely low. So now, the barbarians were stronger physically, mentally, and had more soldiers. The only thing they lack is a vision and proper leadership, which was enabled by things like Islam, Genghis Khan, and other leaders. So if you really think about it, the Roman Empire and the Persian Empire, when they lost, they were really at the end of the empire. They were not really at a stage of growth or expansion or conquest, but decadence and weakness and so on. The other thing is that when you have civilization and you have huge wealth and success, that usually breeds weakness because your conditions become so easy. You eat many times a day, everything is accessible, you care about things like pleasure, etc., which naturally breeds weaker men. So when push came to shove and the Arab armies met the Persian ones, they won every single battle basically. For the Romans, they lost some battles, but they won more than they lost. So that's Ibn Khaldun's explanation of how so-called barbarian people several times in history defeated civilized, stronger, richer people. So in summary, these looked down upon people were really a ticking time bomb waiting for a proper leader or vision to explode. I wonder if this explanation applies to how America lost in Vietnam and Korea. It's probably much more complicated. Nevertheless, it's still quite insightful.